Welcome back. Topping our news this half hour, is Feld Entertainment continuing to profit off of their retired circus elephants?
New documents show the company loaned a few of its retired elephants to zoos last year, and now PETA claims Feld could be moving even more. ABC 7's Adam Cellini is joining us from the company's headquarters in Palmetto with more on these recently released federal documents.
Yeah, Scott and Haley, it was a little over a year ago that Feld Entertainment moved those circus elephants to their Center for Elephant Conservation in Polk County, saying they would no longer be used for entertainment, but instead for science, helping with cancer research. Well, these new documents show that hasn't entirely been the case. These were Ringling circus elephants last year, retiring to what we thought would be their final stop in Polk County.
This would be, we think, a step up for the elephant.
Feld Entertainment, who ran the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus, filed documents Thursday to renew a permit with U.S. Fish and Wildlife for captive breeding and interstate sale of Asian elephants. In it, the company says at least 2 elephants were sent from their Center of Elephant Conservation to the San Antonio Zoo last year, joining 3 others already on loan to different zoos. They also state that 2 calves, ages 2 and 3, died in captivity last year.
PETA wants these elephants to get out of Feld's hands. You know, these elephants have spent years living on the road, and Feld made millions on them, and so it's the least they can do to retire these elephants to an appropriate, reputable sanctuary.
The animal rights group PETA has been monitoring Feld and believes more elephants could be heading to White Oak Conservation in North Florida. However, there's no documentation. Feld's only comment is that the CEC is still operating and elephants are being cared for there.
Maybe they're not sticking exactly by what they said they were going to do because maybe they found a better route for the animals.
Clayton Rosaire runs another local sanctuary for exotic animals, Big Cat Habitat. He believes a different conservation or even the zoos can continue to provide a good life for these animals. But unlike PETA, Rosaire doesn't want captive breeding of these animals to stop.
People have to remember extinction is forever. Under human protection and human care, we might be able to find a way to continue this species for future generations.
Now, we put in several calls to this White Oak Conservation up there in North Florida, but weren't able to speak to anybody about these claims being made by PETA. The animal rights group says they prefer White Oak to the CEC because apparently they would not be breeding elephants there. Live in Palmetto, I'm Adam Cellini. Scott and Haley, back to you.
All right, Adam, thank you. A follow-up now on an expensive boat stolen from a Manatee County business earlier this week. Today, Bradenton police found that boat abandoned and floating along the Manatee River. Someone stole the $250,000 boat from GT Marine and Outdoors on North Tamiami Trail Tuesday night. Police today recovered the boat and found it was gutted.
They took the dash apart, they took all the gauges out of the dash, they took the motors off the boat, they cut holes in to get internal parts inside the boat, so it was basically completely gutted, and then they took the fiberglass shell of a hull, it sounds like, it probably just dumped it in here and let it float.
GT Marine says the thieves also made off with the boat's trailer, too. Manatee County Sheriff's deputies are still looking for those boat thieves.
The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is getting ready for a big move that will likely make its operations a lot more efficient. The Sheriff's Office is planning to vacate its downtown Sarasota office and move into a new building on Cattle Ridge Road. Right now, the Sheriff's Office is working out of 20 or so offices around the county. Once they move, they will be able to close around 8 of those facilities. This new building is also close to the county's Emergency Operations Center, which will be convenient during hurricanes and storms. It will also allow several departments to work under the same roof.
We'll have all of our detectives, our forensics, our drug lab, and our property under one roof for the first time, which will make us very efficient.
The Sheriff's Office is planning to move into the new building this September or October.
After being closed for nearly a year, the Osprey Avenue Bridge is back open to traffic. The bridge reopening around 4 o'clock this afternoon. It had been closed for the past 11 months, so crews could install 2 tunnels as part of the Lift Station 87 project. The entire project should be done by 2019, and once completed, wastewater flow will be redirected from Lift Station 7 to Lift Station 87. And remember, when there's a significant road or bridge closure or a bad crash on the Suncoast, you can find out about it instantly All you have to do is download our My Suncoast app. You'll get traffic alerts, important news updates, and weather forecasts delivered directly to your phone.
An iconic restaurant on the Suncoast is alerting customers that it will be closed temporarily. The Linger Lodge in eastern Manatee County will close on August 1st so crews can do some maintenance and some renovation work. Late last year, the manager of the restaurant announced an ownership change. The Linger Lodge says it plans to reopen in the fall, and it will keep customers informed on its Facebook page. I imagine that is a hard place to renovate with all of that stuff inside.
All those animals that are stuffed
animals
on the walls. Yeah.
All
Interesting to see
trinkets.
what they do with it all.
Yeah.
All right, let's get over to Bob to check on our Friday night forecast. Bob?
Well, we are looking at pretty good conditions right now. Things looking much better than normal. We have had some showers around. Most of that has moved on from the coast, but we are still looking at a few inland storms taking place. 80 degrees right now, our current temp, the dew point 75, and the humidity 85%. So it's kind of sticky out there, but with a cooler temperature of 80 degrees because of the recent clouds and showers that moved through earlier. You can see that in the review. There they are. They're not around long either. They moved through just shortly after 3 o'clock this afternoon. And then out into the Gulf of Mexico they went, and just some light rain, extreme northern portions of Manatee County. This was pretty significant. Earlier, that too is weakening, so a good sign if you have anything planned outdoors this evening. Looks to be all right as we move through this evening's forecast. We're calling for just a slight chance for an isolated shower or two. I mentioned the light rain, and there's just a couple of lightning strikes there near Mayaca City. This looks rather healthy though in Charlotte Harbor, so that is kind of a concern for mariners there, and also into Rotunda. Down the road in Placida as it heads off in that direction. Could get Inglewood in about an hour from now, but all in all, quieter forecast. And we have that for the weekend, too, as a result of some drier air. Details on that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Some breaking developments out of Bucks County, Pennsylvania, in the case of those 4 missing men.
Now authorities say they have identified the remains of all 4 men, and now they're charging 2 20-year-olds with murder. ABC's Maggie Rulli is just outside the search area with more.
Police are charging 2 men with multiple murders in Pennsylvania. 20-year-olds Cosmo DiNardo and a man he calls his cousin, Sean Kratz.
We have the 2 men locked up that need to be brought to justice.
Authorities say they've confirmed the remains found on DiNardo's family property belong to the 4 young men missing for more than a week in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Dean Finicaro, Thomas Mayo, Mark Sturgis, and Jimmy Patrick.
We brought 4 young men one step closer to their loved ones, and so that they can rest in peace.
According to court documents, all 4 victims were shot. DiNardo says over drug deals gone wrong, telling police he met each of the men to sell them marijuana before shooting them. Patrick was shot first with a rifle, then buried on the property. 2 days later, DiNardo tells police he shot Finicaro with a handgun that belonged to his mother, and then using that same gun on the same night, he killed Mayo and Sturgis together. The district attorney says Kratz was there with DiNardo during the deals and helped him bury the 3 men's bodies, using a backhoe to run over one of the men and digging a 12-foot deep makeshift grave to bury the men together.
There was an attempt to burn the bodies, to deface them, to obliterate them.
In exchange for DiNardo's confession and cooperation, prosecutors say they will not seek the death penalty. Authorities say that without that deal they made with DiNardo, they may have never found the body of Jimmy Patrick hidden deep on the family's farm here in Bucks County. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Bucks County, Pennsylvania.
Jimmy Carter is out of the hospital after a dehydration scare in Winnipeg, Manitoba. The 92-year-old former president was working on a home building project Thursday for Habitat for Humanity when he was taken to the hospital. Carter was all smiles, though, when he was discharged today and returned to the building site to kick off the last day of the project. The Carter Center expressed its appreciation for the many well wishes he received worldwide. U.S. Senator Bill Nelson of Florida is in Tallahassee today fighting against student loan debt. Florida students with a 4-year degree have an average of $23,000 in student loan debt. While that's $14,000 less than the national average, Senator Nelson believes it's still too high. Recently, the federal government announced it's increasing interest rates on federal student loans for this coming school year. Senator Nelson has filed a bill to allow graduates to refinance their loans once, lower the cap on interest rates, and get rid of student origination fees charged by the government.
The trustees who oversee Social Security and Medicare are releasing their 2018 projections. Millions of American seniors with Social Security are expected to receive one of the biggest payment increases in years this January, but it's only about a 2.2% increase. This year's recipients received an increase of 0.3% after getting nothing last year.
70 days and counting to the 2017 World Rowing Championships at Nathan Benderson Park, and today we're learning about what will take place at that opening ceremony. On September 23rd, the opening ceremony will pay homage to nearly 2,000 participating rowers and the countries they represent. There will also be a display of local talent with various acts, including Circus Sarasota, the West Coast Black Theater Troupe, and the Skier East Water Ski Team. The event will conclude with a fireworks display. Admission is free, and everything getting underway at 7 o'clock again on September 23rd.
Very exciting.
I like that they're bringing in that local talent to help with the show.
And anything I think they can do to bring in more spectators and create excitement is a good thing.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, Honda issues a recall on their latest Accord models, what drivers need to know.
Plus, the benefits of calcium are numerous, but how much is too much? That's straight ahead.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Going on now. For every 2 windows you buy, get 1 more free. Call today.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Record-setting hot weather means your AC is working overtime to keep your home cool, which can lead to high bills. That's why we're bringing in the energy experts from Florida Power and Light Company. Watch ABC 7 News from 5 to 6:30 this Tuesday to get your questions answered during the FPL Ask the Energy Expert phone bank. From free online tools to FPL's new mobile app. Learn how to save energy and money, only on ABC 7.
ABC 7's official Suncoast Hurricane Guide arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit. Download yours today at mysuncoast.com.
As a singer-songwriter, it's all about creating high-performance art that moves people. Same is true in making gorgeous cars. Fiat designs it. You're the artist.
Choose your palette just about any color combo inside out. No small wonder, state-of-the-art style Fiat.
Now this moves me. Oh, they're playing my song.
Let the art of Fiat move you at Fiat of Sarasota.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Calcium is the most abundant mineral in our body and plays a vital role in keeping us healthy. But how much is too much? Kim Hutcherson takes a look.
Calcium is essential for strong bones and healthy teeth. It also plays a role in the functioning of the nervous system, muscles, blood vessels, and heart. Experts recommend men aged 19 to 70 and women aged 19 to 50 consume 1,000 milligrams of calcium every day. Men older than 70 and women over 50 should increase that amount to 1,200 milligrams daily. Dairy products like milk, yogurt, and cheese are all well-known sources of calcium. But dark leafy greens like broccoli and kale have it as well. If you're tracking your calcium intake and find you're coming up short, then your doctor may recommend a supplement. But be careful, because there is such a thing as too much calcium. Cardiologists at Johns Hopkins say there's no evidence taking more than the recommended amount of calcium does you any good. And even worse, past government studies have linked overdoing calcium supplements to hardening of the arteries and other problems. So if you need supplements, divide them up and take them twice a day. The body can only process 500 to 600 milligrams of calcium at once. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. Traffic is backed up on I-75 in the northbound lanes. It's a lot of red there on University Parkway North to State Road 64 in Manatee County. Bob?
Well, right now, Haley, we're looking at pretty decent weather for your evening. We had some rain at Anna Maria. You'll see that. The showers kind of coming on by every once in a while, just at around 3 o'clock this afternoon, and those quickly moved on too. Now, fairly calm conditions out there. The light rain has moved on. Had some photos sent in, and this one from Michelle Stansel. And you see that towering cumulonimbus, this one taken earlier today. And here's what's happening now. Those are all gone except for one lone storm located down in Charlotte Harbor. So a little bit of the dry air has already begun to slip in, and it will be in place tomorrow. And that will limit our afternoon shower and thunderstorm activity on Saturday. And even on Sunday, I think it'll linger. We'll see that dry air sticking around. Right now, some light rain in eastern portions of Manatee County. The heavier storm is well offshore, and those are not all that strong. The strongest cell, as I mentioned, was down south into Charlotte Harbor. A little bit of sprinkle possible on the river there near Bradenton, also just to the northeast of Anna Maria. But this is the dry air I mentioned. You can see it's already nosed in across much of South Florida right now. No storms down there. That dry air is a rather expansive area, too, so it extends all the way east to the Bahamas. It'll be around at least through Saturday, Saturday night, Sunday, most of Sunday. And then by Monday, though, things start to get back to more of those afternoon and evening thunderstorms. So that's some good news for the weekend if you have outdoor plans. 80 degrees right now. Dew point is at 75, and the humidity 85%. We have an east to southeast wind at 5, and the pressure 30-10. And that is high, and the high temperature today, 1 degree below the average. We've been above average all week long, and because of the early showers around, it kind of kept the temperatures a little bit cooler. 77 was our low temperature. That was a couple degrees warmer than average. 96 the record. And no rainfall to report today at the airport. So far for the month, we're about 1/18th of 1/1800th of an inch below average. Well, the future RPM forecast model showing those storms moving on tonight and looking for fair skies and a lot of sunshine to start the day off tomorrow. And 1 or 2 showers developing in the afternoon and evening. We can't discount all the rain, but there will be 1 or 2 lone showers, I think, popping up along the sea breeze front tomorrow. And then again on Sunday, similar conditions anticipated. Lots of sunshine throughout most of the day, with a 30% chance for late day storms. Cooler weather continues over the Wisconsin area into Michigan, also extending off into New York. The cooler temperatures are in place for those folks there. For boaters tomorrow, winds will be out of the east. They'll turn to the south, then southwest. Start off at 10 knots, subside to 5 knots in the afternoon. So not much wind for your sail, and seas running less than 2 feet with a light chop out there. Water temperature 88 degrees and a 90-degree temperature expected for the air there near the area beaches. UV index will be high to 10, and the low tide upcoming 12:01. High tide will be at 5:49. Sunset at 8:27. Scattered storms, partly cloudy, seasonal though. Low temperature of 75 degrees. Not much storm zone, really. We're looking for just a few showers possible through this evening. And then tomorrow, the rain chance drops to 30%. And we will have high temperatures a little bit above average due to that east wind turning to the west late in the day. And then the extended forecast is calling for typical weather to come back in place, but not until after the weekend is over, really. Afternoon and evening storms look to be pretty prevalent throughout next week, with a good chance for showers and storms. Well, didn't get a chance to get out this week once again. Everyone's on vacation or doing something, but a lot of people are still fishing. Captain Rick Grassett taking out Steve Gibson. Remember Steve Gibson from the newspaper there? He caught that tarpon on a fly rod, fly fishing. Nicely done there, Captain. And also he's from Seabees on Siesta. That is Rick Grassett. And he took Rusty Chenis, who I have also had the pleasure of meeting. Rusty taking care of Sarasota Bay and Baywatch, and he's out there doing some fishing with a nice tarpon catch. And this guy right here, Garrett, catching a big trout. Captain Brian Marcy taking him out fishing. And Our friend Steve Herrick, always with the families there on Longboat Key, catching this huge snook this past weekend. He said the water is very clear out there, a lot of big snook around. That was at the south end of Longboat Key, and the family right there really enjoying the good fish. Now here's a look at the 16th annual Sarasota Slam taking place in a couple of weeks from now, so put it on your calendar, August 1st through the 5th, and it's at Marina Jack. They have many different divisions, all benefiting Harvest House. So they have 5 divisions: bill fish, fun fish, inshore, offshore, and junior angling. So 5 different divisions. A lot of people having fun there. And must say, big news, Scott Dennis caught his first snook last week.
Finally, huh?
In many years, a first snook. Congratulations.
For all these years.
Yeah.
Finally, some snook was dumb enough to take mine. Yeah. Thanks, Bob. Yep. Honda is issuing another recall, this time for Accords produced between 2013 and 2016. The company has received multiple reports of battery sensors causing fires in the engine. Honda says the sensors may not be sufficiently sealed against moisture. That means substances like road salt can get in and cause the sensor to short and potentially catch fire. Honda will begin notifying affected owners later this month.
And Honda showing off its newest Accord. The new car is lower, wider, lighter, and sleeker than its predecessor. And the company says it is faster and it handles better too. But no matter how nice it looks, it will be a tough sell with U.S. buyers who are migrating by the thousands from sedans to SUVs and trucks. Honda is hoping that this new Accord, though, will reverse the car sales decline. Through June, sales had dropped 5.5% compared to last year, which is kind of surprising because the Accord is such a great car.
Yeah.
Hondas last forever.
But those numbers aren't so bad when you compare it to the rest of the industry and those 4-door sedans. The numbers are closer to 20%.
Abysmal,
so
yeah.
People love their SUVs
I'm one
now.
of those I cannot, once I went to an SUV, I can't go back to riding low on the road like that. Just not my thing.
Entertainment news coming up.
Fresh out of the box, the Alfa Romeo won us over. We went in skeptical and left in awe of this gorgeous machine. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Hi, I'm Mark Richmond with the Furniture Warehouse. We're closed this Saturday until 12 noon, so you can mark down every piece of furniture in the store. Bedrooms, dining rooms, living rooms, beds, leather, wicker, rattan, pictures, lamps, all at unbelievable savings. Plus next day delivery and no interest till July 2018. Join us this Saturday and save big.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Your home is the largest investment you have. So when you're looking for furniture, window treatments, and accessories, from America's top brands like Henredon, American Leather, and Hunter Douglas, the only place you need to go is Bacon's. Quality, service, price. Bacon's Furniture and Design, Sarasota.
I'm Cindy Lou. I'm Susie. I'm Missy. And I'm Betty Jean. And we're the Marvelous Wonderettes. Mr. Sandman.
Experience the best girl group songs from the 50s and 60s live on stage at the Players Center July 12th through the 23rd. Call 941-365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You'll fall in love with the Marvelous Wonderettes.
I'm so alone.
It does things that seem impossible, feeling like it could change direction while airborne. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Tragedy struck the set of The Walking Dead in Georgia when a 33-year-old stuntman fell to his death.
The Coweta County coroner is confirming that John Berniker died Wednesday evening at an Atlanta hospital. Berniker fell earlier that day on the show's set in Sonoya, about 35 miles south of Atlanta. The coroner says Berniker died from blunt force trauma and that his death is considered accidental. Season 7 of the ultra-popular Game of Thrones series premieres on HBO this Sunday. It is the next to last season for the show, and it's a bit shorter with only 7 episodes. Unfortunately, the series is not eligible for any Emmys this year.
It's apes versus spiders at the box office this weekend. War for the Planet of the Apes is looking to earn about $60 million or more on its opening week. If that's the case, it will likely take over first place from Spider-Man: Homecoming. The horror thriller Wish Upon is also opening this weekend, and the critically acclaimed dramedy called The Big Sick expands nationwide. A lot of choices this week.
Okay, we're starting to get a few more options out there at the box office.
Not
I feel
just
like
the
it's
action flicks.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say it's been a little slow. Not for most people probably, but
Yeah.
for me. Yeah, we'll be right back.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands.